Welcome back to Speak for Yourself. It's winners and losers time. Each week, we'll give you our top three. But a quick reminder, we're not saying anyone or anything is an actual loser, but for 1 week only. They certainly look that way. All right, Acho, give us your losers first.
At number three, the bigger loser is Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
Kirk played one of the worst games I've ever seen, one of the worst games in the last decade that the game of football I've ever seen. We played 2,500 games roughly over the last 10 years, and it's only happened now 5 times the quarterback's thrown under 115 yards and 3 interceptions. Kirk Cousins has got the big deal. Kirk Cousins has got the big money. Kirk Cousins has got the big arm. But on Sunday, it was not pretty for Kirk Cousins. I'm sure he'll rebound. My number 2 loser, Dan Quinn. Oh, I feel bad for Dan Quinn. I really did. I watched that game from beginning to end. 39 points and no turnovers. We haven't seen anybody ever lose, ever, with 39 points and no turnovers. But to add insult to injury, the same Dan Quinn people still on your head from the Super Bowl when you blew that 25-point lead, and then this happens again. But the reason I really feel like Dan Quinn is a loser was because it wasn't even his fault. Special teams players, y'all got to be better than that. Recover the onside kick. Can't let that happen. But my biggest loser on the weekend.
What you got?
This one's sad for me. It's actually the NFL fans. There were so many star players that got hurt. You had Saquon Barkley, you had Jimmy G, you had Nick Bosa, you had Devontae Adams, you had Cortland Sutton, you had Bruce Irvin. You had all these players that got hurt, and thinking about y'all, praying for y'all. I'm sure y'all will bounce back. But for the NFL fans to lose so many stars, the NFL fans actually, of all the losses that occurred, they might have been the biggest losers on the weekend.
Well, look, those NFL fans should be thankful for some injuries that happen sometimes in the NFL, because my injury-prone butt got up here faster as a commentator because of those same injuries falling off the cliff. Nah, I jest. Did you watch Ryan Fitzpatrick in Week 1 talking about Kirk Cousins had the worst game you've seen in a while? You didn't watch that game because, whoa, that's a rivalry right there. If you look at Dan Quinn, I would feel bad for you, except the city of Atlanta has dealt with this before and on much bigger stages and much bigger stakes. So not too upset with that. All right, let's get to my top 3 losers. And number 3 loser, the Texans' schedule is daunting. Good Lord! They already played Kansas City. They already played Baltimore. 5 of their first 7 games are against 2019 playoff teams, and that doesn't even include the Pittsburgh Steelers, who would have been in this year with the new rules and all that. So you still got Tennessee and Green Bay still to face. This team be lucky that they're 2-5 before the bye week. Yuck. Number 2 loser, Browns. The streak continues. Baker Mayfield has thrown an interception in 8 straight games. But if you listen to the Cleveland Brown fans right now, they're like, oh, we fixed our chemistry between him and Odell. Odell has an eye roll for y'all right now, giving him, 77 receiving yards? That's top 43 for Odell Beckham. So still a lot of issues and woes out there in Cleveland. But my number 1 loser, San Francisco, lost a lot to get the win. That is tough, man. You lose Bosa, you lose Thomas, you lose your guys, Jimmy Garoppolo. You lose your guys in the sake of trying to get a win. We'll see how they recover, what this MASH unit looks like going forward, but they lost a ton in a win.
The game of football can be unlucky. It was not very fortunate for the 49ers. I'm sure they will bounce back, but this is not looking promising. And you're right. Odell looked good, but he looked good for Browns, Odell.
Yeah.
So I'm still not convinced. But let's have some fun with it and talk about these winners. Number 3, my 3rd biggest winner.
We got
the Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
How about them?
Because Cowboys fans, if y'all would have started 0-2, all hell would have broke loose. It would have been over for y'all, statistically speaking and realistically speaking. First, I'll talk stats. You start 0-2, 12% chance you make the playoffs. You start 1-1, 41% chance you make the playoffs. But more than that, now y'all actually look like the dominant team in the NFC least. Because the Eagles, the football team, and the Giants, none of them look good. So Cowboys, my 3rd biggest winner. My number 2 biggest winner, Super Cam. Because even in the loss, Cam Newton, you back, baby. I know you tried to tell us. So many of us did not believe you, but it's impossible to doubt what we saw with our eyes. 397 passing yards, over 40 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Say what you
Cam Newton, you had your 3rd highest passing yards of your career, the most in the last decade. Super Cam is back. That's my number 2 biggest winner. And my number 1 winner on the week, Shout out to you, Mitch Trubisky, because people were trying to put a period where a comma was.
Oh.
People are trying to end your career before your career ever really gets rolling, Mitch. The Bears didn't pick up your fifth-year option. That's disrespectful. Meanwhile, you got 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. Now, I know what people are saying. You ain't played nobody. You played the Lions. You played the Giants. You can only play the teams on your schedule, Mitch. So keep silencing the doubters, because the road is going to get a little easier going forward. You got the Falcons. You got the Colts. You can win those games. But then it might get a lot harder. But for right now, Mitch, you're the biggest winner.
I like that about Mr. Trubisky right there. What'd you say? No period?
Don't put a period.
Should've put a comma there?
Where a comma should be.
He better be lucky they ain't hit the delete button on this book. Boy, they were about to get him out of there. And I can see it right now. Breaking news when free agency starts next year with Cam Newton. 4 years, $674 million because Super Cam is back. But let me get to my 3 winners. Number 3 winner, Justin Herbert. Surprise! You're starting. I know Coach walked up to you in pregame warm-up and was like, hey, what you doing in about 10 minutes? He's like, huh? He's like, yeah, you starting. This just in. Just in. You all in, big dog. Number 2 winner, Josh Allen. I am all in on Josh Allen. And I don't understand why the world isn't 3rd in quarterback rating right now. Josh Allen may be the 2nd best running quarterback behind Lamar Jackson. Really? Don't let the paint job fool y'all. Y'all out there not seeing this boy coming. He is next level. But number 1, the winner is the Bucs. Wonder Twin powers activate. We got Tom Brady, who's never been 0-2 in his entire 21-year career. And Tom Brady, when he was 0-1 those 3 times, went to the Super Bowl 3 times and won it 2 of those 3 times. So, Acho, your thoughts on the real winners of week 2?
Man, I like your list. You know me and how I feel about the Bucs. I'm not sold just yet. I didn't realize you were a rapper, though. This just in.
You see that?
Just in. That was nice.
Busted on the beat, bro.
Hey.